So my friend, you are watching this video if you are not making $10,000 or more per month with your social media marketing agency. And I'm going to explain to you why that is just not happening for you. Now, I am going to assume that you are making some money with your social media agency. Maybe you're making 1, 2, or even 3K per month. But if you're not making any money, this video still will be valuable, because when you get to the 1, 2, or 3K per month mark and you inevitably plateau, the tactics and strategies I'm going to share with you in this video should help you get to the next level and get to the 10K per month mark. So if you're at 1, 2, or 3K per month right now, doing everything in your business is just simply not sustainable. So it's not sustainable, and doing everything in your business is just really going to hold you back. It's going to lead you to feeling burnt out and unable to scale. Now, you're not alone if this is how you feel right now. If you have a couple clients and you're already feeling the effects of burnout, and you're feeling overworked, and you're not feeling like you're getting the results you should be getting for the work you're putting in, this happens to most people when they start scaling their agency. So let's take it back a step. When you start your social media marketing agency, you really have two main choices, okay? You have choice number 1, you do everything yourself. You sign the clients, you do the work, you deliver the work to your clients, you do everything. Option number 2 is you outsource some or all of the work from day 1. You build systems, you get help, and you hire freelancers and contractors. I've taken both of these routes, and I can tell you from experience that route number 1 will pretty much always lead you to burnout and an inability to grow. When I was freelancing before I started my agency, I did everything myself. And the biggest problem I faced was what you're probably facing right now. I got to a point 2 or 3K a month and I simply couldn't scale. I had to work 30 or 40 hours a week just to maintain my clients. So to sign more clients, I'd have to spend an extra 10 or 20 hours a week. And at that stage, I was already burnt out. So the quality then of my outreach dropped, and the results I were getting with that dropped as well. Because if I'm burnt out from service delivery, I'm not going to be super enthusiastic to do outreach and sign more clients, because I know I'm actually creating more work for myself. I knew deep down that if I was to sign another client, I'd have to now work 50 or 55 hours a week. And then if I sign another client, I'd have to work 70 hours a week. So when you're freelancing, you really are just capping your growth. And this happened to me because, I did everything by myself and I offered everything to everyone. So whatever you needed help with, I was going to do it. And I thought this was amazing. I was like, oh, I'm a jack of all trades. Doesn't matter what your problem is, I've got a solution. And obviously I realized that is definitely not scalable. It's why I really think having a key service and a key niche is of critical importance when you're building your agency, if you want to do it the right way, the way that's scalable and that doesn't lead you to burnout. I even used to think to myself, I'm pretty low cost, right? I'm cheaper than most people, plus I can offer you everything, so I've literally got no competition. I was like, I'm the best freelancer there is out there. So I realized 2 key things: 1, I can't scale, and 2, I can't keep going like this, and I don't want to, because I've literally given myself golden handcuffs. If I don't work, I don't get paid, and I don't want to work because the work is getting boring and I'm doing the same thing over and over again. So when I started my agency, we took a completely different approach. Okay, so let's say for the first 5 clients, I still did a lot of work, right? I had a graphic designer that was creating content with me, and I was sending content ideas to him and guiding him through the process. So it was still quite a lot of work. But after a month or so, once he got to a level where he could start to do more work by himself, I could give him more responsibility, I was able to now start decreasing my hours while still getting the same results for our clients. And so as we started to grow, we brought on more people. Okay, so graphic designers, video editors, social media managers, and eventually client managers, which, if you haven't heard before, are basically your management team, the people that manage the relationships between your team and your clients. Really, really important to have those people if you want to scale. I also got very obsessed with building systems, right? There was lots of tasks in the business that simply didn't need to be done by me or any other person, so I would use Zapier, ActiveCampaign, and other tools to automate those tasks. So much so that right now in my Zapier account, we automate over 10,000 tasks every month. So with all these new changes, what it did was it allowed my agency to grow rapidly, but also sustainably. Now keep in mind, of course, our profit margin dropped. When I was a freelancer, I pretty much had no expenses, all profit, 100%. As an agency, you're not going to have 100%. It may be 60, could be 70, could be 80%, depending on the price you charge, how costly your team are to employ, and any systems you're paying for. In short, there's a quote that sums this up really nicely. If you want to go fast, go alone, and if you want to go far, go together. But look, I know what you're thinking. Hiring people is 1, time consuming. 2, you don't know if you're going to hire the right people. 3, you might hire someone and then they might leave you. And it's just, overall, it's a painful activity. But not if you have systems, you see. We have a full hiring system in my agency. So when I want to hire someone, I literally message my VA, I tell her the position we're hiring for, and she has a full SOP to follow. She posts jobs on Upwork, in Facebook groups. We then have a vetting process. And so all I've got to do really is to then maybe hop on a call with those people after they've been vetted and qualified by our team. So hiring is only going to be painful at the start. Once you start to build your systems around hiring, it becomes very, very simple. And in fact, anybody who's in my higher level agency scaling program will know that I actually give you the full automation that we use for hiring so that you too can literally just message one of your team members and boom, click a few buttons and everything is good to go. You got people on interviews the next week and you're ready to hire the week after. So the cold hard truth is that, look, it doesn't matter how good you are at marketing, right? How good of a Facebook ads marketer or social media manager or content creator you are, you need to have systems, you need to have team members, and you need to build a business, not just an income. Huge motivation for me was, building a business that supports my lifestyle, right? And not a business that I have to work 60 or 70 hours a week at. Because to me, that's not really a business, that's really just a high paid job that I'm pretty much a slave to. So my friend, if, as I mentioned at the start of this video, you're making 1, 2, or let's say 3K a month, or maybe even slightly more, and you're feeling the effects of burnout, you're not getting to the 10K per month mark, and you're really puzzled as to what's the missing piece, I really do hope this video has given you some insight into what you should focus on. And if you want more of my help and you feel like you have a unique scenario that needs some unique help, feel free to book in a call with me. I'll leave my calendar link in the description of this video, and I'll chat to you very soon.